Hey, welcome to the Weekly Social, folks. Everything Katy, Fulshear, Richmond, Texas. Today we have the lovely Shannan Boatwright, and we have Priscilla Pfaff with Select Title. Hey, Shannan, how are you today?
Richard, I'm good. How are you?
Marvelous. Thanks for joining us.
Here comes Miss Priscilla.
Yeah.
Slowly, but she'll be here in a minute.
Come on in. Have a seat, Priscilla.
Have a seat.
I'm working on it.
Come join me.
Hello. Oh, we have Shannan with us today. I'm so glad.
Like some of my
Yay.
best friends are in this room, you guys. I'm lucky.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Which, Shannan, tell us a little bit about yourself. You do a lot for the company behind the scenes that most people aren't aware of. So this is part of the army that nobody sees.
Yes.
But today we're putting her front and center.
Yes, because she is front and center.
When I'm front and center, I'm front and center. You know it.
Yeah.
Well, I am a realtor. Richard's my broker, Redline Realty, and I've been practicing about 3 years now, maybe a little more, and I absolutely love it. I mean, even when the ups and downs and the dips and everything, I'm not going anywhere. Real estate's what I love to do. So I just work harder when I have to. I work, like Richard said, I work behind the scene. I do a lot of the administrative work. So I make flyers. I do all kinds of interesting things. But Jake's been taking over some of our videos, so that's what I love. Jake's behind the camera.
Yeah,
You can't
he's
see him
behind
today.
the scenes today. I need my camera flipped over to you so that we can do the behind the scenes.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. But also, you and Richard have worked together for,
Over a decade.
yeah.
Yeah, well, this month makes 10 years that I've known Richard
Oh,
and
wow.
worked with him. It's
Okay.
this month, October
Wow.
19th. Oh, no, I'm sorry, it was last month, October 19th.
Last
Okay.
month.
Time is creeping up on me.
And we haven't killed one another yet.
That's right.
Oh.
Right, we get each other, we understand each other, we agree to disagree, or we
Right.
agree to agree. You know,
That's a beautiful relationship.
that's part of having a good business
And when we
and
butt
friendship.
heads, it's because we both have a passion for the same end goal,
Exactly.
but we see it a little bit differently.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Richard
so
wants
y'all
to go
have
this
do
way,
some
and I want to go this way.
compromising?
Yeah.
Sometimes, but
Sometimes.
we're so good at it. We kind of like bark at each other, then run back to our corners. You know,
Okay.
we don't really do any damage.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
It's-
that's a friendship. That's a business relationship.
It's nothing. I don't want to use the word facetious, but we both are trying to get to the same end goal, but there's two different
Right.
visions or paths that sometimes happen,
Right.
and we just kind of work through them. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen y'all do that numerous times.
Yep.
And do it beautifully. And
He's the engine of our train.
Oh yes.
So I always follow his lead, even though I don't. He takes him a while sometimes to convince me that what he's talking about is what we need to do, because I'm a very hard-headed woman, according to my husband. So, but we always work it
Shannan
out.
doesn't like change. Richard loves
I don't.
change.
That's it. He
Yes.
just nailed it. I don't like change. I get set in my ways. I have everything set up the way I want it, and then it's just
and
simple.
then he goes.
And then he comes in and he's like, no, this could go here, but this go here, and this go here. And I'm like, no, this goes here, this goes here. And it just kind of goes back and forth until he knows me so well. He knows how to speak to me in the way that I will get it, you
Yes,
know?
right, right.
Yeah. But sometimes it takes a little while.
Slow cooker is what we
Slow
call
cooker.
that. Crock pot time.
Yeah.
But I think you would say that's the benefit of working with Richard
Oh,
and the
absolutely.
Red Lion Realty team, is that y'all have your own ways, but you all, instead of being one person doing all these different things, you're a team working together.
We collaborate.
We
Yes.
absolutely do.
I don't know everything.
No,
There's not times I have to make decisions for the company. Yes.
right.
But I also want everybody's input as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And sometimes we embrace one another's ideas, and sometimes we don't.
Right.
But we talk it out and work through it.
Yeah.
We're at
It's not a
100%.
dictatorship, or you know, a lot of people.
It's not Richard's way or no way.
No.
It's not like that at all.
Right.
A lot of people misunderstand Richard when they first meet him because they say so serious, and it's like, no, that's not.
No.
That's passion. Y'all have to
That's-
understand that's his passion.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's the same way. You get me started talking about houses and real estate, my husband will be like, la, 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 I've heard enough today.
What got you into real estate? What made you want to start?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was
This
what
guy right
happened.
here?
I knew it. I knew it.
We
I
worked
knew that was the
together.
answer.
We worked together for 5 years at a power sports dealership. He was the sales manager. I was in finance. So we constantly were working together. And then before I moved into the finance department, I was just on the floor, and I was a part-time title clerk. You know, I went and got all the title stuff.
Right.
But I started following him around in my free time and just listening while he talks to
And you
That's
learned.
where I learned.
You
That's where I
learned.
learned. I mean, I
Thank you.
pride myself on being a RL. What is it? Richard Luebeck the fourth.
The fourth.
I will be the
Quattro.
fourth. He's the third, so I'm the fourth.
Oh, she even overrated the sun. No.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yes.
And now we have Jake, who's been training alongside us and learning and doing a phenomenal job.
Yes.
That's all I can say about Jake. He's
Yes.
He's a speed. I call him Speedy Gonzalez because he's just zoom, 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 zoom. Of course, he is 30 years younger than me, so that has something to do with it.
And he's a race car driver.
And he's a race car driver. He likes to go fast.
He does.
Oh, I did not know that.
He's racing this weekend.
Jake, how did we not know that? Oh.
Look at his. Oh no, you put him on the spot
Oh,
now.
I know. I would come watch that.
I'm going on Sunday. Me and my family are going on Sunday to watch him.
You're more than welcome. Watch if you want.
Where?
It's in Angleton, an hour away.
What's
I
the
know
name of the
exactly
track?
where that
Yeah,
is.
Motorsports Ranch.
Yeah, the one
Wonderful
when you're.
track. I've been there numerous times.
Yeah,
A lot of
I drive by it
motorcyclists,
every time we go to Surfside, so I know it's there.
Where do I go all the time, Jake?
The beach, Galveston,
Surfside.
Surfside.
Is this where you race most of the time?
I'm actually teaching there next week as well. So
He just got his certification and everything.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Ooh,
Right?
we could go learn. He could be our teacher.
You and me go learn from me.
bring y'all's juice.
No, you don't understand. He put us together. She's also one of my best friends.
You guys would be
What,
on
we-
the national news.
We wouldn't be
Yeah.
squirreling or
No.
doing any of that while he was trying to teach us something, would we?
We'll take our tops off our Jeeps and go on the beach. That would be
Oh
fun.
my gosh.
We need a big Red Line Realty flag to hang on the back of the
There
Jeeps.
you go.
You know, like you saw the Trump mobiles going through and they had all the flags. We need a Red Line Realty flag.
Oh my goodness, Jake. We have to. Yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah. Would you please? Would you share that with me? Yes. And I think now, since we've talked about this, I think you might want to put a post on the on the Facebook so everybody can find that in case they're
put
interested.
a post up. You'd be surprised how many people are interested in you and what you do.
Right.
So, I mean, to me, I'm dull. I'm,
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, this is in my head that I'm
definitely
dull.
not
No.
But then I see everyone's reactions like, yeah, I'm not dull.
You're very
No, you're not. You're
I
not.
actually have a good question for you.
Okay.
What's been your most memorable sale?
Ooh, my goodness.
I can think of a couple.
I can think of several.
A good one.
They're all good.
You want my most difficult or my bet? No, my most memorable is actually my very first deal. I did. It was
there you go.
a young
Yes.
young
Richard
couple.
knows more about that.
Yeah, it was a young couple. He was a lineman, which is one of the most dangerous jobs there is, that go up and do the poles.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
Electricity.
lineman. Yeah, and
That's a brave individual.
yeah, I don't know how he's still alive, but he is. But he has a cutest little wife, and they have a little boy. At the time, they probably have another one by now. But they were looking in spring, and obviously I was a new realtor. I didn't tell them that though. That was the fun part. I didn't tell them. I just every time I got home from anything, I was like, Richard, they said this and that, and what do I do now? So he helped me through the transaction, but I think our personalities just clicked well and everything. And they bought a 50-year-old house out in Spring, and it wasn't much of a house, but the land it was on.
But it was their home.
It was their home. I was actually surprised they chose that one. I was very pleased that because they got a lot of land, and he's an outdoorsman, his son, but that was the best day ever. Was when we closed. Denise was their lender. Denise Tomasini was Supreme Lending. The thrill I felt at closing was, I don't know that you could replace that happy, that happy feeling I had.
Yeah.
But I get it every time we close a deal.
Yeah.
That's another thing that keeps me going is I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, but not in the way Jake is. Mine is more, or Richard on his motorcycles.
No wonder y'all clicked.
Oh, we all three have so much in common. It's ridiculous.
We're all relatives there.
We were at an
kidding.
open house, and I don't remember what, but somebody asked if Jake was me and Richard's son. We're like, yes, sure.
Yeah.
That's our work son, because
They said, "Is this a family event?" I'm like, "This is an open house."
Yeah.
It was so funny. So he's been our son ever since.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
Richard's always been my work husband.
Right.
And Richard
I
has.
have a lot of work wives.
You do.
Richard has a harem of
Yes.
work wives.
Yes.
But
Oh, that's
the
I
awesome.
have
team.
Priscilla as a work wife. I have Shannan as a work wife. I have Denise as the work wife.
Yes.
I do.
See, you'll never be lonely.
No. No. No.
And none of them have killed me yet.
That's
either.
right. That's right.
I'm sure they've all
I've
thought
dreamt
about it.
about it,
Yes.
but no.
Actually, I don't think I ever have.
No.
No, I've never wished harm
No.
on you.
I can be a little.
You can be a little.
I can be a bull charging at stuff sometimes, but
can.
that's my passion. But
It
you guys
is.
know that about me.
100%. And I know before you ever, are on it, okay, got to get this done. Richard's going to be calling me first thing in the morning. It's got to happen.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how Richard
Yeah.
goes when he's full steam ahead.
But that's, and again, you respect it, accept it,
Yep.
and keep on trucking.
It works well for me.
But it works.
It keeps everybody pushing forward. You know what I mean?
Right.
a strong leader will
Yes.
have
Yeah.
strong followers that follow in your footsteps. But I had to back off real estate for a little while because I had heart failure. And I'm okay now. I'm just on a million drugs.
Yeah, for those of you that are watching that have known Shannan for years, yep, she did have a little setback, but
Yeah, but I'm back.
she's come back.
I'm back and I'm ready to rock and roll. So call me for your real estate needs. Don't call him.
Oh my goodness.
And what's the best
I
number
love
for him
it.
to call you at, Shannan?
832-216-9940.
Okay.
That's my personal cell. You can call me anytime except after 9.
And you can
PM.
text that phone number too, right? Text home.
Oh, yeah, you can text.
Yeah, that's your cell number. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I actually have a good question. So,
Okay.
what's your favorite architectural style?
Ranch. I love rambling ranches. Well, actually, this is going to sound so weird because I like so many different things. My husband and I we want a ranch, and then we want a moat around it, like a castle, and then we want a drawbridge.
Okay. That's a little eclectic,
right.
but
Okay, who are you
I'll take
keeping
it.
out?
Everyone.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Everyone except friends.
So alligators?
Yeah, we're going to put alligators in there. But no, a ranch is my very favorite. It's just, I grew up in a neighborhood full of ranch houses. We lived in one. Actually, we lived in several because we got transferred every 4 years
I
because
like
my dad.
castle-looking houses.
I like your house looks a little bit like a castle.
It does. That was intentional.
It was. It's very cool.
Yeah. But you know what I would love to see is a developer come in and, buy the acreage and section it out in 2-acre lots, and let's build barn dominiums on each one of those.
My kids want a barn
that'd be cool.
dominium. They really do.
Whole subdivision of barn dominiums. And I would love to,
I
be
live.
the architect on it.
Well, can I buy one of your
Yeah.
houses?
Because I'm
That's
very
a love-hate look. There's
very
barndominiums that
eclectic.
look really good, and then there's other ones that
They look like a shed.
But see,
not
I want the shed.
and you're probably
I want the shed because to me that's a true barndominium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you build it to look like a house,
It's not.
That's
Yeah, it's a home.
not,
It's a
no.
home. Right.
so a barndominium to me is you have a house on, inside of it, one area, but you drive your four-wheeler through it. You have your boat sitting there. You
Oh,
have
I've seen it
your
where they live on
gangs.
top of where they have their horses and all that.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
Yes. Yes. So that's a true barndominium.
Right.
Yeah.
And like if I built one for me, I would have underneath my little house, my bedroom, kitchen, all my area,
So
and
it'd be
then
a
I'd have
two-story.
I think it'd be more like Galveston homes on stilts.
no,
And then you could park
no,
under
no,
it?
no, no, no. Inside, I want a large building,
Okay.
Oh, so a large one-story. So one
large
section.
one story.
Okay.
But within the one story, I'm going to build what I want as the look of my little house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to build Amber's the look that she likes. And then Alex. So there'll be like 3 different houses within underneath the barndominium.
Well, you're making a compound then.
Right.
It's a,
But I mean, it's really a bedroom, bathroom, for them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you.
Different wings in there. What?
But
That
it's
would be
just,
fun.
I want it to be what they are.
Yeah.
their personality
Uh-huh.
in it. Yeah.
I just think
just
it
wanna
would be
say
cool.
Adam Foster said Richard Luebeck has given me a wealth of knowledge and inspiration. He's the best.
Oh, well, thank you, Adam.
Oh, that is cool.
That's
If you have
so
any
sweet.
questions, put in a question. We'll be happy to answer it for you, Adam.
Yes.
Yes.
5, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
I
awesome.
actually have another question for you, Shannon.
Okay.
If you were to give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Run faster. No, sorry. I
Business
I
wise?
wish I
Just life.
yeah, I mean,
business,
I wouldn't undo anything I've ever done because that would be dumb. But
That made you who you are.
yeah,
Right.
it made me who I am. But if I could change something, I would have started real estate much sooner. I just didn't know about it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I would have
Mhm.
made that my career because I did 20 years of oil and gas, and that made me.
Well, you're in Houston, Texas.
But that made me so happy. No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm in a career now that I'm extremely happy. So that's what matters. I wish things had panned out earlier in my life.
Well, but those steps brought you to where you are today, and
Yeah.
without those steps, you may have never found that.
Oh, that's true. I probably would have never met
we
you.
would have never crossed
Mhm.
paths.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has steered the last 10 years of my life and doesn't even know it. Well, he may know it, but he
Yeah.
has given me direction for 10 years,
Right.
and it works very well for me.
thank you.
Except when you're trying to make me get on the phone, and I don't like to call people. I know it's a good thing. It's a
I
good
am a
thing.
coach, and I'm going to push people to
Uh-huh.
do things that they
Yes.
don't want to do.
That is the only
Exactly.
thing I'm extremely uncomfortable with is just picking up a phone and calling someone I don't know. I'll do it, but I don't do it that much.
Okay, I'm going to switch this.
Okay.
I'm going to Richard. What's something new that you've learned in the real estate industry this last year?
Oh, there's a ton of stuff that's changed in the last year, from the NAR lawsuits and stuff like that.
But I mean, you've learned it's just different, maybe taking your business a different direction, or
You have done that.
you have.
I became a Tom Ferry client in the last year.
Okay.
I've
And what
learned a
does that mean?
tremendous amount of stuff. Tom Ferry's known as the #1 real estate coach in America.
Okay.
Because you only know what you know, and you don't
Right,
know what you
right.
don't know.
Right.
And sooner or later, you hit what I call a ceiling with your knowledge, and you got to reach out for help. You do.
Yeah.
Right. To rethink
And
it.
my ego doesn't get in my way. I mean, I learn all the time. I typically have 3 books going at all times.
Right.
But I also knew that in order to go to the level that I'm trying to push the company to, I need guidance and insights from this company. So I did
Yeah.
my research and I hired them. And I implement a lot of that stuff throughout Jake, Shannon, and the other agents that we have. And so far, everybody's embracing it, and they're watching the needle, the inventory. I mean, everything's all going in a great direction. So
Yep.
that's probably the best thing that I've learned in the last year. Yes.
Okay. All right.
You've
I love
really
that.
you've really honed in on your ability to acquire listings.
Yes.
I've noticed you get a lot more listings than we've had before.
Mm-hmm.
So he's laser focused on listings right now, and
Oh, he's always laser
when
focused.
he's
on
laser
it.
focused, it's going to happen.
Oh,
period.
100%.
Period.
100%. But over the years of knowing him also, I also know that the fourth quarter is his best quarter.
It
Yes,
is
it
every
is.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Even with this election, it was still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still
With
good.
people, others saying, things aren't good, all of that.
No, we're up 20% so far for the year.
Right.
I have 4 or 5 under contract in escrow with you guys today.
Yes.
And unfortunately, a lot of agents, they don't even do that in a year. So there is business out there, folks. There is.
Yes.
A lot of
It's all
agents
mindset.
do 1 to 2 deals a year. I mean,
50% do 0 to 1 a year. So, yeah,
Right.
you're right.
Right.
I did 6 deals my first 6 months in real estate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the part I'm missing,
That is-
and I'm getting back
and-
to.
And seeing that's not norm.
It's
That's not the norm.
No, it's not.
It's the norm for us.
Right.
Well,
Right. Exactly.
I
But
don't know
that's
any
what's-
other way.
But that's what's different.
Yeah.
In the normal, it's
Well,
not.
I feel bad for any agent in this market right now who thinks they can do it by themselves.
you can't.
You can't. You have to have a team. I couldn't do it. Richard couldn't do it by himself. Jake couldn't do it. As a team, we kill it.
Right.
So,
Yes.
people who are not joining teams are part of a team now.
You're a horse and buggy in
You're
a
a-
high-speed train environment. You
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
good mentor.
And
Yeah.
a good mentor, which we have also.
I
Yeah.
actually have a question for all three of you.
Okay.
What do you think the future of real estate looks like?
Richard, you first.
You know, real estate, people always need a house. Everybody always says that the sky is falling, there's going to be no realtors, AI is going to take over. But if you do your research on that, they've been saying this stuff about realtors since the
Forever.
70s.
Exactly.
So
You need that expert that takes you through the process and you don't miss anything during that process.
for the people that don't have the knowledge and the skill set, yes, the disruptors are going to affect them. But there's also the group of people that are disruptible. And I consider ourselves to be disruptible because we attract and engage. I mean, I get phone calls. Hey, Richard, do you have time to come meet me to list my house?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not chasing them. They're asking if I have the time to come meet
happened.
them. Yes.
That just happened for the couple in spring, I think. You said that.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We met with them over a year ago, and
And this is actually a realtor, by the way.
yeah, she's a realtor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
the wife is.
Wow.
The realtor's realtor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've always said that we're the realtor's realtor.
That's cool. Okay.
But it's an emotional decision, and I applaud the people that don't let their ego get in their way, and they go, you know what? I know I'm going to get emotionally wrapped up in this. I need the best person to guide me through this so I don't make those mistakes because of being emotional.
Right.
So,
Right. Right.
I mean,
100%.
Richard put me in the house that I'm in right now
Yeah.
4 years ago, almost 5 years ago,
and she argued with me.
and I argued with him, and I lost.
I don't need to see it. And what did I tell you?
Go see it. You said don't. I have 3 dogs, which was our challenge.
Yes.
And
She was looking for a landlord to take 3 dogs. The house was going to come with it.
yeah, exactly.
Things into perspective.
Oh,
You see what I'm-
that's okay.
I was.
All
We were
right.
turned down for many homes that we wanted because of the dogs.
yeah.
And we're just renting right now because we're going to build a compound for our family.
Okay.
I have one grandbaby so far, so I got to wait a little while longer.
But I think this next year is going to be amazing. I think that
Consumer confidence has already come back.
It
I mean,
is.
look at the markets.
Yes.
They're soaring right now.
right. I think
Well, the Fed's
interest
lowered-
rate will
lowered
come
interest
down a
rates
little
by a
more.
quarter.
They lowered them a little while back, but there was an adverse reaction with the lenders. They actually went
Right.
up in rates.
Right.
I heard about that,
They
yeah.
are supposed to lower it again another quarter point, so we'll see.
We'll
see.
I saw that on
But, I mean,
Instagram yesterday that
you
they
know,
had done it. I don't know.
House pricing is not coming down.
No.
The
No. No.
The houses have increased. They needed to increase some in our area, and I don't see that.
Yeah.
You know.
We're the place everybody's coming to, not leaving from.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people watch the national news. That has nothing to do with
do
the
with
local
us.
market and economy.
Right.
If you think that's what's happening in our local market, you're misinformed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
You need to get with a local professional like Shannan.
and our economic development council is pulling some big companies into our area.
Are you guys still handling a lot of closings? Has that slowed down or no?
Oh yeah, we're doing. I mean, we're up from what we did last year.
Okay.
That's
So
huge.
That's
That
huge.
is huge.
Because
Yeah.
most people are saying flat's the new up for this year,
Yes,
which
no,
I don't believe that.
I don't think
we
so. I don't.
increased significantly this year.
Good.
So that's been a blessing. We do a lot of commercial. That helps, right? We have a big commercial deal closing in December. They're $2 million condos.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So
Locally here in Houston?
Mhm.
Okay.
so I mean, yeah. So we've been blessed.
Good. Good.
And but I think the market is
I think
definitely
it's about
gonna
to come roaring back.
is
I
gonna
do.
pop.
Once.
I think you're going to see multiple offers again.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see people waiving appraisals again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of pent up energy of people that have been sitting on the sidelines.
Yep.
And I'm not encouraging that because it's a lot of work.
Right.
And a lot of people get frustrated working through those transactions.
Yes, sir.
But then again, you also need to have somebody that understands the market, can structure the deal, put the offer together to where you do win.
Yep.
And I think we talked about that, maybe 6 weeks ago, you and I, about the multiple contracts and how, a seller can look at that contract and think, this
yeah.
sales price is the best deal until you break it all down.
Right.
It's not.
Until you open up all the trap doors.
Right. And so that's where you helped with, okay, here's a spreadsheet. We're looking at all the different things to see what the final.
That's right.
Yep.
So that makes a difference.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how many people that are in our profession that truly don't even understand the paperwork that they're presenting.
Oh, don't get me started, Richard. It is.
Yes.
And when you make mistakes, it's thousands of dollars.
It's
Yes.
I mean,
expensive.
I shared one not long ago with our company that the buyer's agent made a huge mistake on their side, and it cost him thousands of dollars
Yep.
I remember.
in order to protect his buyer. So,
Yeah.
and I don't wish that upon anybody, but you know what? You need to read, study, and know your documents because it's crucial. These are legal contracts when it's all
Right.
said and done.
I always
Right.
wonder if the agent opposite of me is actually read from page 1 to page 25. Read all of our documents
Well,
that we have.
onboarding, I tell
You
them.
teach us. Yeah.
One, I walk them through the documents. Two, I tell go home, read this stuff.
Yeah.
Write out questions. There's no way that you can read this and tell me that you understand it.
Right.
You can't.
It took me a long time to grasp the the appraisal waiver addendum. That one.
Well, there's 3 different ways you
confused
can
me.
write it.
Right.
Oh, big
that one
time.
confused me every time
Big
I had to
time.
write one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, Richard, am I doing this right? And he's like, let me see. No, you need to do this and this. And I eventually got it right. But the fact that he didn't smack me upside the head on the 5th time is.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, I wish the answer may have showed up quicker.
Sorry.
Well, but stop's an expensive word when you don't use
I
it.
know.
I
I'm
love
sorry. I had to.
Richard's like, damn, here they go. No, we'll behave.
Yeah, but
But I think the most fun I've had this year is doing the role play with Jake.
good.
You've been role playing with Jake? How fun.
I think I learned probably more than he did through that.
That's fantastic.
That was fun.
Would you like to join our team?
I thought I already did.
You
She's a team member.
She's a team member. So you want to wear a red shirt?
It's a
Oh,
SEAL
I
team.
love it.
Everybody has a special skill set on our
Yeah.
team. They do.
Yeah.
And I took that from studying the Navy SEALs.
Oh, yes, that book. There's a book.
Which one?
Oh, my
So
gosh.
many.
Discipline Equals Freedom. That's a good one.
No, that's not it.
Where's the
We
Jocko
read it.
books?
We read it last year.
Was it the Jocko books? Something fun.
Yeah, Jacko.
I read that one. That's a good book.
Oh, my gosh.
I've read so many books.
I
I'm
know.
trying to think.
I
It's
know.
like, I don't know.
Okay, but anyhow. But that, I mean, role playing is such a huge part.
That's crucial.
In our business, in talking to people, in understanding
Saying
what
the
we're
right
doing,
words and doing, yes.
and being able to say the right words.
You can cuss at them without saying a swear word, and you turn them off like a light switch.
right.
And to get them to buy back into you and turn back on,
Ugh, that's a tough
it's very tough.
Right.
I can do it. I'm not saying that to brag,
But
but
you
I've
don't-
been in sales 30+ years.
But you
Right.
you don't upset
Right.
people enough that you have to worry about that very
No,
often.
sometimes I have to sting them to wake them up.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that badly, but hey, I understand you want $650,000 for the house. However, it's a $600,000 house.
Yeah.
You know,
Because people are just saying what they're saying and not listening.
right.
Well, what's funny is
That's why you do have to kind of sting so that
Yeah.
turns
I'm trying
that
to-
off.
Exactly.
Right.
One thing you said to me, you said if someone walked into a home and say this house is too cheap, and you'd say we wouldn't be here.
Or no, if they say if
It's
it
too
costs too
expensive.
much,
Yeah.
well, of course it is. If it was cheap, you wouldn't like it. We wouldn't be here.
that's a good thing. I like that one.
I don't know anybody that likes cheap, crappy stuff. Do you?
Right? No.
My dog.
Bravo.
My dog likes cheap, crappy stuff.
Well,
He demolishes
How many
them.
are there now?
3.
Still
Three.
3. Okay. All right.
Well, I've
That's just
lost
checking.
one since I moved in the house, so I just replaced number 3 with another number 3.
that's awesome.
Okay.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
the dog lady. Sorry.
Mhm. We have to have the 3.
Well, Richard is just bad. He had what, 4 at one point?
I had 4 Shih Tzus. I'm down to 1.
Yeah,
She's
the
17.
mama. She's
my
the sweetest.
my furry daughter.
So the daddy and the 2 boys passed away
Yeah.
from that, and then he still got the mama.
Yeah.
She's a mess. You never guess she's 17 years old.
Oh no,
She comes running at you.
she gives me a talking to.
Oh my gosh.
She's
I had
funny.
a Shih Tzu.
I have one more question.
Okay, sure.
What's a common misconception people have about real estate agents?
That we're all jerks and don't know what we're doing. That's a common mistake. I've had to explain my role in a deal every time, just to let them know what I'm handling. Because it was like, well, what do we need you for? You know, we don't want to pay you nothing. We don't want to do nothing. I go through a list. I say, I do this for you. I do this. I do this. I do your contract. I do this. I do all the follow-ups. I set the dates. Da da da. And they're like, "Oh, you do a lot."
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's what real realtors are supposed
Correct.
to do. Every realtor should be able
Should
to
do
do
that.
that.
That's
Right.
correct.
Yeah.
Whether it's a new home, a resale, whatever, you need that expert beside you.
That's right. You need to go to all those meetings.
Yep.
You don't put your name on a contract, disappear, and then show up to pick up your paycheck.
Oh my gosh. I go to every meeting and I go to every closing. I've only missed one closing in my whole life, and it was my last client's. And I apologize, but I was in the hospital. I had no choice. And
At the hospital she worked at, though.
but
So you
what's
still got to
funny
see
is
him.
my room, when I came out of my room to do my walking, there's my client. I'm like, hi, how are you? She's like, I'm great. I told you that I worked up here. I said, I didn't know you were working right here. But it was so convenient. I was like, so she knew why I
Yeah,
wasn't at
right,
closing, and
right.
they were perfectly fine with it. But that's the only
Well, and you
time
had
I've
your team
missed.
beside you that made sure that some.
Yeah, I
part of you
had
were
I had
there.
Richard to help me out, and so
Yes.
we closed.
So did that answer the question, Jake?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Misconceptions are, we don't, we're like a middleman, which I guess technically we are, but there's a lot that we do to help make
There's
the transaction go through smoothly, and
and get you to the closing table.
Well, one thing that sticks in my head constantly is several things that Richard said over the years. But if the other side's speeding up and going too fast, what do? We slow down and
Yes.
stop, because there's a tactic they're trying to on us, and we don't do that. And what was the other one I was thinking of? You always tell us, fill out your paperwork and think of it like this: what would a judge say? If he was looking at these documents, because everything we fill out are legal forms that can be taken to court.
Yes.
And we fill them out 100%.
And we do 100%,
Yeah.
100% of the time.
Yeah,
Very
it's the
simple.
100% rule.
Yeah.
We give 100%, we do 100% of the time.
And we double check each other too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard you say, y'all all say, be careful what you put in an email. Be careful what you put in a text message.
Oh, yeah.
Because all of that, you've got a
Even
binding
if
contract
it's
with
your
those
friend,
people.
it doesn't matter.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
So you need to make sure that you are addressing it properly.
Yeah.
And you have to retain those records for 4 years.
4 years. Yep.
Okay. All right.
After that, we destroy them, and I log every time I destroy a file or record.
We got to keep track of them. And I used to do
A lot
that
of
at
people
the
don't
dealership
do that.
too.
They just destroy the stuff. But no, you need to log that 123 Banana Street was destroyed this day and time. That way, if you ever get audited for something, I kept them within the time frame I was supposed to, and I'm destroying them because I don't want the liability of the personal information.
Right.
It's not,
Right.
Right.
So I'm doing that
Right.
to protect people.
So
Yeah.
you don't keep a digital record?
It does through our virtual office,
Right.
but there's also an expiration date on that as well, where it just goes away.
Okay.
Realtors only have to do documents for 4 years. Most companies have to do 7 years. And to be on the absolute safest side, a lot of companies do 10 years now for record retention.
Right. Right.
And I'm just comparing it to oil and gas from my own experience. Every file over 7 years, we would make a pile, and then we have shredders come get it. So I'm very familiar with record retention.
Yes. Yes.
Well, if they have any questions on real estate and want to reach out to you, again, what's the best way for them to connect with you, Shannon?
My phone number is 832-216-9940, and my email is Shannan, SHANNAN, at redlionrealtygroup.com.
And if you have any title questions, please feel free to reach out to Miss Priscilla Pfaff. What's the best way for them to connect with you, Priscilla?
Select title. My cell is 832-372-2777. I know everybody works 7 days a week, and text me, call me. If I don't answer, I will call you back. And any questions, or you can my email Priscilla, PRISCILLA .Pfaff, PFAA. I can't even say it. My own last name, PFAFF at select-title.com. I know it's a Pfaff is a tough one, and nobody wants
I don't
to
feel so
pronounce
bad now
it.
because
Well,
I've said it wrong multiple times
well, and I say
over the years, but you never corrected me. You never corrected. You never corrected me.
And when I'm telling somebody how to spell my last name, it's P as in Paul, F as in Frank, A Frank.
Right.
There you go.
So that's where my head was kind of going when I was saying my email. So anyhow, or our office is 832-356-3235. We're right here in Katy on Westheimer Parkway. Ooh La La is right next door to us. Target is right before the light. So easy access, but call us. We're here to help.
Yep. And a shout out to Jake for all the hard work he does behind the scenes in
Oh,
the
he
videos.
does amazing.
Yep.
Shout out to Jake for convincing Shannon to do the podcast.
I'm so proud of you.
I am normally
Yes.
very camera shy.
Yes.
I talk to you all day in person, but
Yeah,
a camera,
but he made me reach out to you and make sure that we scheduled
See?
you. Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you for helping me push through that fear.
He did it.
No problem.
All right.
Perfect.
Final
All right.
thoughts?
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.